5 ways you can kick off your new year with your health and your nutrition. Let's go. Hi, I'm Alex, a sports dietitian and nutritionist. Welcome to my channel. Great to have you here. So each and every new year, around January and February even, and even into March, people are thinking about their New Year's resolutions. They're thinking about how can I make this year different to the last? More specifically, how can I actually achieve my goals this year? But there are so many moving parts here, and a lot of people get it wrong. But there are ways you can kick off your new year, things that you can do correctly in order to give you the best chance. And that is what today's video is about. I'm going to share 5 ways you can kick off your New Year's nutrition game in the right way. Doing these 5 things will set you up with your nutrition more effectively so you can actually do better and hopefully get better results. So without further ado, let's get into the list. Number 1 is set a SMART goal that inspires. Set a goal that is based on your true deep why. And if you're wondering what I mean by a SMART goal, it's an acronym. It stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-stamped. So you want something that's actually going to be able to be tracked, something that actually tells you exactly what you'll need to be achieving, but also making sure that it is realistic and achievable for you, but also has a time base for it, a deadline. Not that you have to achieve everything by that deadline, but at least gives you something to work towards. It gives you a framework or gives you some guardrails so you can keep you on track, so you know how you are going from point A to point B, and so on and so forth. Number 2 is think about the whole year and how you want it to look like for the whole year, not just January, February, and March. So think long term, not just short term. Start framing things for the longevity side of things, not just for the quick fix side of things, which is what a lot of people tend to do. All in all, just think about how you actually want to plan out your whole year. How do you actually want your results to be across the whole year? Not just those initial quick and easy results you are hoping for that very rarely kind of come about. Number 3 is avoid fad diets and crash diets. Now, crash diets, as in the name suggests, it's when you're crash dieting to the sense of dropping your calories heaps, doing something super restrictive, super full on in the hopes that you can lose some weight very quickly, especially after the festive season where maybe you've put on some weight. Fad diets, on the other hand, are a bit more tricky to kind of decipher because, what constitutes a fad diet? We know that it's generally going to be a diet that just comes and goes, doesn't have any good basis to it. But any diet at its surface value, especially when you're in a vulnerable state, can look like a decent diet. That's why you got to be careful, get some outside info if you can. But generally speaking, if it's just kind of risen out of the ashes, so to speak, all of a sudden in January, or they're promoting it as a quick fix solution, or there is a heavy restriction element to it, or potentially it just doesn't sound right, but they're still kind of pushing the narrative that it's the right way to go. These are some signs that it could potentially be a fad diet. And when in doubt, try and not do the diet that you fell off super quickly that you did last year or the year before, and Those kind of things are probably not going to work for you this time if they didn't work for you last time. Number 4 is start meal prepping as soon as possible. We get bogged down in the fact that we've had the festive season, we've had all that food that we've been eating, and we have the leftovers and all this sort of stuff. It takes us out of our rhythm. It puts us out of our game. It takes us out of our routine, basically. And what happens is the first thing that goes is meal prepping and nutrition focus and all this sort of stuff. So if you can, as soon as possible, just start meal prepping again. Start planning out your meals. Start creating some proactivity when it comes to your diet rather than reactivity, then you're going to be putting yourself in a better position. Because it's all about behaviors and habits when it comes to nutrition as well, because you've got to be focusing on the things that you can do consistently over time. And if you've fallen off the routine of meal prepping, taking out ownership of your own food game, then it's going to be hard for you to do any level of impact, positive impact going forward into the year. So start your meal prepping as soon as you can and get back into that motion. And 5, last but definitely not least, probably one of the biggest tips that I want you to focus on today, because I think it's really a game changer for so many people, is I want you to focus on 1 to 2 changes at a time while you build momentum. Don't bite off more than you can chew, essentially. By focusing on 1 or 2 changes, doing them correctly, building up some wins, and therefore building up some momentum, you can do so much for your nutrition, so much for your health and fitness, and so much for the outlook of this year for you. So don't focus on doing everything and everything all at once. Focus on 1 or 2 things and you'll be in a much better position. Brick by brick, as the analogy goes, you'll build up that bridge or build up that wall, whichever one you want to choose. Because big wins start with small changes. Sounds like a cliche, in a sense it is, but it is that because it's true. So there you go. That's my 5 tips on how you can kick off your new year correctly with your food game, with your health and fitness and all this sort of stuff. So you can hopefully get better results this year. Set yourself up in a better position and have a better mindset and approach to how you do this whole New Year's resolution and all this sort of stuff. And of course, if you need help with this, like if you're looking to get someone in your corner, like myself, sports dietitian and nutritionist, then let me know, okay? In the show notes below, you'll be able to find the details of how you can reach out to me in our email, Instagram, you can DM me on at the Climbing Dietitian, or even you can apply straight away to how you can work with me in my nutrition coaching program. So if that's of interest to you, if you're looking to get a professional on board so you can stop being on that hamster wheel of dieting and start getting some direction, let me know. Let's have a chat. Let's see if it's a good fit and go from there. I also want you to comment below. Comment below, what is your goal this year? Okay, what is your goal for this year, 2024? What is a goal that you're trying to achieve or thinking about achieving? Let us all know in the comments below. And as always, hit the like button if it's been helpful, if it's been informative, if it's giving you new perspective. As always, remember to hit the like button and show it some love. And until next time, stay classy, have a good one, see you later, bye.